LookCatchu here, and this is LookCatchu Shortcuts, where I take shortcuts to create quick and easy meals. And if you're like me, you get excited when you hear the word cake, but then you get even more excited when you hear the word cobbler. And that's essentially what a dump cake is. Now the term dump cake is a bit misleading, so let me do a little explanation, shall we? So you basically just dump canned fruit and boxed cake mix into a pan with some cold butter on top and bake it. Sounds pretty easy, right? Now the exact origins of a dump cake are a bit unclear. Some sources have suggested that the dessert became popular in the 1950s after World War II, when boxed cake mix began rising in popularity. Others say that Mr. Duncan Hines himself in the 1980s published a cherry and pineapple dump cake recipe in their holiday baking brochure. And today we'll be making a beautiful peach dump cake using canned peaches, but you can technically use any sort of canned fruit or pie filling you like. And speaking of peaches, growing up, canned peaches were the creme de la creme of fruits in my eyes. You know, every time we go to the buffets, I head straight to the salad bar and load my plate with canned peaches. And I just eat that as my first course. And I believe I got my money's worth. Let's get dump caking. We're gonna preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. And we have a 9 by 13 inch baking tray, 3 15-ounce canned peaches, and juice from concentrate. All we're gonna simply do is pour the peaches in. And I've drained the juice out of the third can since we don't need too much juice or else the dump cake will become soggy. Now we're gonna add some cinnamon and nutmeg. Then we're gonna do a little mixy mix. We're gonna do a little mixy mix. Make sure the spices are nice and evenly distributed. We don't want a big chunk of nutmeg in our bite. Now we're gonna slice some cold unsalted butter. Just slicing them into sticks. If you already have preformed sticks, that's even more convenient. I'm cutting them around 1 centimeter thick. We got some yellow cake mix. We're just gonna sprinkle it evenly on top. Now we're gonna pack the cake mix down into the juice so that the cake mix won't turn out powdery once you bake it. And we're just gonna place the cold butter on top. I have around 24 tabs of butter. And we're just gonna bake it in the oven for 45 to 60 minutes. We're gonna make some whipped cream, add some sugar, a few drops of vanilla. Just came home from a walk. I'm a marshmallow. I think that the dump cake is done now. So let's check on it. Look at that nice and golden brown top. It's ready to be served. Ooh. You can sort of see the butter pattern. It's like one block here, one block here. The parts that had the butter on top were more brown. The parts that didn't have the butter are more yellow. Now we're just gonna wait 10 to 15 minutes until it cools down a bit. And we are fini. Alright, so this is the finished product. And let's begin the taste test. And I'm super excited. Alright. Ooh, look at that. Gorgeous. Alright, cheers. First bites for you. Nom nom nom. That is phenomenal. That is magnificent. This is heaven in a bite. You would think that the canned peaches might be a bit too sweet, but the ones we got were in juice. If you use heavy syrup, it might be a bit too sweet, but this is perfect. Nice and warm. The top crust is nice and crisp. I can taste a hint of cinnamon and nutmeg. This would also definitely taste good with some vanilla ice cream. This is a perfect dessert if you need something in a pinch, especially if you have like a family gathering, a little potluck. You don't know what to bring? Bring this. You'll impress your friends and family with it. Just don't mention that it comes from a box and the fruit comes from a can, and you're all set. Actually, you could mention it. You know, sometimes I like to cook from scratch, like make my dough or some pasta from scratch, but it's always nice to have prepackaged items and you just throw stuff together, especially during the weekdays. This definitely tastes more like a cobbler instead of a cake, but nonetheless, very delicious and easy to make. Alright, so this gets LookCatchu's stamp of approval. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post once a week. And I'll see you guys next time.